Good evening, good people of the snow. This is Ben from the Sawtooth Avalanche Center with your weekend update for January 27th, 2023. As a friendly reminder, these weekend updates aren't intended to replace the daily avalanche forecasts. Check those in the morning before you head out. I'll have one up for you by 7 a.m. tomorrow and Sunday. All right, so looking back at the danger over the past week, we've been living in a lot of yellow. That's moderate danger, and at moderate danger, large human-triggered avalanches are possible. Uh, we've been held at moderate danger due to these widespread persistent weak layers that we have in our snowpacks and an ongoing wind event that started late Monday and continued pretty much through today. Winds have slacked off a little bit, but we'll probably see them pick up for the next 24 hours before dying into Sunday. As a little example of the wind, obviously in the soldiers, the wind blows more than most places, but even there, going over 100 miles an hour isn't super common. And this morning at 11 a.m., we hit 101 miles an hour. We've seen a lot of average speeds over there in the 40 to 60 mile an hour range, a little bit lighter in other places, but still lots of wind going on, mostly blowing from the north, northwest, northeast. Unfortunately, that's ruining quite a bit of the good skiing that we have, but that's the way that goes sometimes. Due to those winds, we've been seeing some small wind slab avalanches. These are often starting as pretty stiff drifts right along ridge lines, and then in training quite a bit of snow as they go downhill. Both of these slides were in the Heineman Creek drainage on east southeast facing slopes. Started around 7,500 and both of them ran nearly 1,000 feet to valley bottom. You can see the one on the right there, piled debris, actually relatively deeply in a creek bottom, little train trap there. In addition to that, we also saw this slab in the Pioneer Mountains. This is below Duncan Ridge. It's a west-facing slope about 10,100 feet. This broke a little over 400 feet wide. It looks like a couple of feet deep. We haven't been to this crown, but just given the appearance of this avalanche, it's likely that this failed on one of the persistent weak layers that we've got in our snowpack. Looking at the weather for the weekend, we had a little storm event that's kind of drawn to a close right now, and then a second storm that we'll probably see sometime during the day tomorrow on Saturday, with snow continuing into Sunday, though none of that snow looks terribly heavy at this point. As of Friday night, we've seen anywhere from about 1 to pushing 4 inches at the most in some of the wetter areas. That's in the Banner Summit down to the Sawtooth and the Western Smokies. And further south, unfortunately, just a trace of snow without much accumulation. This is the official Weather Service graphic for this whole storm. So this starts 6 a.m. this morning and lasts through 5 p.m. tomorrow, which is Saturday. Don't look at the pretty colors on the right there. Those are the Tetons, and they're getting a lot more snow than we are out of this one. We're on the left there. You can see they forecast a total of 3 to 4 inches for Stanley, 2 to 3 for Stanley, 3 to 4 for Galena, less than 1 down in Ketchum. And then in the mountains, you can see those brighter colors. That's kind of from the Banner Summit area down along the Sawtooth Crest and into the Western Smokies, saying mostly 6 to 8-ish inches, with some areas expected to reach 8 to 10, pushing 12 in some spots. So that seems a little bit optimistic at this point. Looking forward into the weekend, the type of avalanche problems that we're going to see are going to be the same ones that we've been dealing with, but with some more snow on top. I've got persistent slabs there up top and wind slabs on the bottom. The persistent slabs are these weak layers that we've buried. We buried a set of weak layers in November, a set in December, and more in January. Further north and further west where the snowpacks are deeper, we're mostly concerned about this upper weak layer in the snowpack, which is presented as a lot of surface hoar on shaded aspects and crest with facets on sunny aspects. And where the snowpacks are thinner, like further south and further east, we're seeing that the number of those weak layers are still in play in the snowpack. In addition to that, we've got these wind slabs that have built. We built some stiff wind slabs over the course of the week during this wind event. And we're also building some new wind slabs with the fresh snow that fell today. That's Friday. Those slabs will continue to build overnight. And as the wind picks up again, it looks like later in the day on Saturday and into Sunday, we might see some more wind with potential for building some more slabs. So at this point, most of those slabs have remained relatively small, but where it's going to be snowing more, again, those western areas and northern areas, Banner Summit, Sawtooth, Western Smokies. We expect to see these wind slabs getting a little bit bigger. So have a great weekend out there. Stay safe. Enjoy some fresh snow. We haven't had much this week, so it's a treat to get a little snow forward turning. And be sure to let us know what you see out there. Check the forecast before you head out in the morning. We'll have a lot more details on the specific things to look out for depending on where you're headed. And yeah, have a great weekend. We'll be in touch. Let us know what you see.